Once you give up trying to be happy, a lot of the times you become happy. Once you give up trying to avoid feeling pain, trying to avoid your problem, all of a sudden, through an act of osmosis, your problems get solved. Once you give up trying to get somebody to like you, a lot of the times they end up liking you, right? Once you're the one that gives up trying to pursue the guy, a lot of the times they end up pursuing you. And it's one of those paradoxes of life that personally, it's annoying, but also you realize there's almost like a universal force that's governing this. And that force has been around for all of eternity. And that's something that we all break that law. The more we want something, the more it eludes us. The more we want something, the more we self-sabotage the situation and make things worse. And the irony is the less you want something, the more it wants you. Most of my life, I never pursued money. That's been one of the things that I feel like made me stand out from people is I never pursued money. I always pursued helping people and getting good at things. My focus was always getting good at what I wanted to do in the future. My focus was learning. I always valued learning and helping people over a good income. What ends up happening? In my life, as I got older, what I didn't want, which is the money and attention, I never liked it. I always find it awkward. That's what I started getting. It's one of those ironies of life, right? And even with my exes, as soon as I got over my exes, as soon as I didn't need them, then they come back to you. It's so crazy. And even women in general, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more relaxed. I've learned to control my emotions, my compulsion to get validation. And what I notice now is that I don't need women's validation as much as when I was younger. Not that I don't need it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still a human.
In the grand dance of human interaction, there is a subtle rhythm, an unspoken melody that guides our actions and reactions. It's an orchestra conducted not by words, but by emotions, intentions, and desires. And within this intricate symphony lies a peculiar paradox. The less we ardently desire something from others, the more they are inclined to offer it to us. From a psychological perspective, this phenomenon can be traced back to our innate aversion to pressure and manipulation. When someone senses our desperate need for something, it can often feel like a demand, an obligation that they are being coerced into fulfilling. This can trigger a defensive response, causing them to pull away, to withhold. On the contrary, when we adopt a take it or leave it attitude, it lifts the weight of expectation, creating a space of freedom that is both refreshing and intriguing. It's like a gentle breeze that invites rather than a storm that demands. Neurologically, this dynamic plays out in the complex interplay of our brain's reward and threat systems. When we sense someone's intense desire for something, our brain's amygdala, responsible for detecting threats, can become activated, triggering a fight-or-flight response. However, when we perceive that the other person is indifferent about receiving, our brain registers this as a non-threatening scenario. This cues the reward system, lighting up regions such as the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, associated with positive emotions and social bonding. The result? We become more inclined to give, drawn by the subtle allure of their nonchalance. Like a feather floating on the wind, indifferent to where it lands, a person who is detached from outcome exudes an air of tranquility, a serene confidence that is quietly compelling. It's a magnetic pull, a gravitational force that draws others in, prompting them to willingly offer what was never fervently sought. In this delicate dance of give and take, sometimes it is the quietest song that commands the loudest encore.
It kind of reminds me of how when you're young as a man, usually the women don't want you as much, and that's when you desire them the most. But as you get older and your value system changes and you begin to value other things in life outside of the validation of women, ironically, that's when women want you. It's like a cruel joke. It's like, what? You know? And a lot of older guys will tell you that when they got older and they started desiring other things outside of women, they start maturing and stuff like that. That's when women start paying more attention to them. And we see that in every aspect of life. I've seen that in my life as well. As I started prioritizing other things, as I started maturing more as a person, as I started prioritizing being happy and finding silence and living a simple life, that's when women want you most, you know? Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, check out my new course, The Commitment Formula. You could pre-order it right now. It's going to be out by the end of January. It's a course that I created for women who are single and in situationships, okay? I will literally take you from everything that I've known, and I've coached thousands of clients, and I've taught them these strategies to get commitment from a guy, and above all, to allow them to not waste their time. Because most of the time, when it comes to getting commitment from a guy, it's really about finding the right guy. And you cannot find the right guy if you stay with the wrong guy, okay? So we focus on what we can control. We teach you guys the proper mentality to go in it, because a lot of the times when we really want something, we speed it up, and that really causes us to make mistakes. And not only that, I teach you guys the strategy of how to do it, why you keep attracting emotionally unavailable men, how to stop giving up too much too soon emotionally and physically, how to avoid the chemistry trap, which causes you to stay with the most toxic guys, and that causes you at the same time to lose out on the good guys. How to emotionally regulate yourself when he pulls away, rebuilding trust and opening up again after rejection, and that is actually one of the main reasons why you keep repeating the cycle, because a lot of the times we lose trust when guys when guys waste your time, right? And above all, how to rewrite your love story. Why me doesn't help. Why can't I get commitment? Oh my God, I'm getting too old. Oh my God, I'm not attractive enough. All of those things get in the way of finding a guy that truly wants to commit. It's not as hard as it seems. The problem is the emotional barriers. And then when that happens, you can't apply what the strategies on these videos say. So that's why check out this course, man. I guarantee that if you watch it, you're going to be satisfied. And if you don't like it, you could get your money back. You could pre-order it right now on the description down below so that you could get it at a discounted rate. And I know for sure this is going to be my best course. And if you ever purchase my course, you know damn well I over deliver. Okay. So click on the description down below where it says pre-order it, and I'll see you guys inside. I am so excited.